used on the handles, like a wrapped around like a tennis racket handle. If you've got a weak grip, and it helps to get a Velcro piece on the handles there. Or you can avail yourself of this little piece of kit, which is demonstrated out there, which can be, even here you can see on a filthy, disgusting hand fork. So you can make that a useful piece of kit for somebody who has perhaps got difficulty. And even better still is where you may not have the ability to bend and stretch too well, then you've got something here which is really superb, especially for people with a little bit of difficulty in movement. I think I'll take one of the game. And you can't get these, but they're half cheap made. That thing you can sell, it's a little work and it's bending already. But it does have a handle and it's nice for prickling round plants if you want to foot it about and you're not very good at bending. But I think these are superb clip-ons, but even the Velcro does help significantly. Finally, of course, there's the iron rake, which is used for preparing seed beds, etc., raking the gravel, and so on. Preparing seed beds and a bit of craftsmanship that was always drummed into us is I think it's a bit like, doesn't even play the fiddle. You often see when the fiddler finishes with his last stroke of the bow, it's that way. It's up and away, it's not down. I'm right in saying, guys, your last push, shove with the rake should be away. And as you push it away and off, you don't leave the mark of the rake. That's the mark of craftsmanship. Okay, where have we got? That's been all the stand-up tools. Any comments?
Old tools are the best tools.
Pardon?
All the old tools are the best.
Well, I mean, they are. I think some of the modern stuff is not well designed. They're too keen to make it look different. I'm not sure that it does a better job.
It's not the same quality nowadays.
There are one or two hoes that have come out. There's one of them that weighs an absolute ton. It's like some of these putters that the golfers wear. You know, it's a great big, and you can lay it in the ground and shove it back and forward, and in no time at all your shoulders are aching, and I'm not sure that it's doing the job.
I've got most of these tools at Slinia.
Yeah.
Over the years, I've got them on my hand.
Well, they're worth looking after, as I say. You don't sit down to a meal with a dirty knife and fork, so you shouldn't go in and get a dirty knife and fork. It should be clean and ready to go. And it takes me, obviously the stainless steel job has helped matters a great deal, but design is more important if they're to be used properly. I made a comment about the set of that spade. I'll pick out another simple answer. About 40 years old, 50 years old. For trowel, for hand fork. Still doing the business, still doing the work. Look at the length of that. What's that bit there? That's just a raised edge, and it makes it more difficult to handle, especially with the people who don't have a real strength in their wrists. That, to my mind, is not. This, by the way, is the one my wife likes, because she uses it like a spade, and I can't do that. It's good that this is the one. This is the one that's done most of the work in my own garden for a very, very long time. And the interesting thing is, taught when I was a student, I wonder if you still teach this particular. I never put this down when I'm planting. Plant that way. Soil is already in good condition. You plant that way, pull it away, and you do that. You never, otherwise you put it down and then what about it? Everybody does it. What I'm saying is it's that way, make the hole all the way around, open it up, and then that. Plant in, press it down, and then reverse. Now I'm not doing that so well because I've got a problem with this hand that I am losing my grip. Maybe in more ways than one, so I can't do it. And if I'm trying to do it with my right hand, I make a right of it because I'm left-handed. But the design of that, I mean, it's absolutely straight. Doesn't need this or this. Nonsense. Look at that one, and look at that. That's better to mine, 100% better. So if you're going to buy something like that, that and the metal in it, metal in that is really compared with metal in that, which is you can bend it with your finger. So if you buy them, if you buy the right thing at the right time, they'll last you a lifetime. They become good pals. My wife has that permission to use these. Do you ever sharpen a blade like this? How would you do it? And what would you use to do it? Well, mine gets done with a wheel, an electric drill with a wheel on it. And it's an interesting point about it when you're doing it. Again, I'm very well aware that there's some professionals in here that'll cane me. I'm in the corner here, sitting there, they're marking me out of 10.
Yeah.
You notice that it's like scissors. They cut because it's cutting that blade and that blade on that side only. So it's chamfered on the outside. That's chamfered, in other words, sloped away. So if you go to sharpen this, whether you use a blade, a file, or a wheel, you only sharpen one side. You sharpen that side, there, and that will sharpen it up so that that one passes that one, absolutely key, and it leaves and does a good job. Bulb planter, but have you thought about it? If you're growing a lot of brassicas, if you grow your brassicas in little pots, that'll make the hole exactly. So you just drop the pot in, match the one to the other. It speeds the job up, makes things easy peasy. Perhaps for somebody and people who have a wee bit of difficulty in measuring that or getting the right. One could be going along, making the hole, and the other one dropping the plant in. Right, just give it a press and it's job done. It's another option. You know what these? You can see what these used to be. This was obviously a spade handle, and this was a fork handle. Two handles, not fork handles, for dipping in plants. The biggest iniquity, and I didn't have one because I wouldn't have it give a booster, is the one with the metal tip, which is so tapered and so sharp. Can you imagine what happens to the root system when you put it down in that hole? The danger is that the root system doesn't go right to the bottom because the hole is so sharply tapered. Far better with something that's blunt or comparatively blunt. And then when you press the plant in, the whole of the hole around the roots gets filled back in again. That's verging on being too sharp, but it's if you know that, you can capture it. Right, I brought this just to remind me. I use WD-40, clean them off. I use WD-40, squirt, and then just give it a wee lick with this oily duster. How are we going for time? Not too bad for time.
So, do you use oil stone and oil for sharp side tours or grand shears and anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. This one here, I've had it longest. It's got a rough side and a smooth side. So if you're sharpening a knife, for example, with a little bit of oil on it, and then the other side to sharpen up. Or you can get this style, which is quite fine, which is the same thing, and the same thing to sharpen. Quite important that you do it regularly to keep it right.